It's been a while, but I'm back. Me and Bodhi, on today's adventure, we're going up to Idaho. We're going camping. We're going to Trinity Mountain. It's kind of by the Boise River. It's just south of the Sawtooths. The exact spot we're going is called Dismal Swamp. This place is known for quartz crystals, smoky quartz crystals, really dark black smoky quartz crystals. It's also known for topaz. I've seen a few pictures of some pretty big topaz crystals, like the size of topaz that you can't even find in Utah, where there's a bunch of topaz. I don't think it's champagne color. If I remember correctly, it's kind of yellow, but we'll see. I've never found topaz up here though. I've been up here 3 times. This is my 4th time going up here. But I'd like to show you guys this area. It is very beautiful. You can see the mountain ranges for miles, as long as there's no smoke and fires up here, which I'm trying to beat. Last year came up in June, very beautiful at the end of June. Came back up again for the 4th last year also. So I came back to back twice within 2 weeks. But then they had some forest fires in Idaho, and the 3rd time I went up, you couldn't see hardly a few hundred yards in front of you. It was kind of depressing. So I'm excited. It's so beautiful up here. It's one of my favorite places to go camping. I think it's my very favorite place in Idaho to go camping. This area is just beautiful. You can camp anywhere in this area, and it might be your favorite place too. All right, we're in beautiful Idaho. We just went through the town of Gooding. So we're just outside the town of Gooding. Man, there are so many wild sunflowers out right now. It's really beautiful. Just sunflowers for miles. These little wild sunflowers. It's pretty beautiful. It's a really beautiful drive. I'll show you guys a beautiful scenery viewpoint here in a minute. Over there, where you can't really see it too well, there's some rock formations in this little canyon over there, and it's called the Little City of Rocks. So if you're familiar with the City of Rocks in Idaho, there's another Little City of Rocks in Idaho, just outside of Gooding. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna get back on the road and I'll show you guys that viewpoint coming up. This is the Little City of Rocks. I decided I would just drive through here. I have some time to kill. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Some of these rock formations look really cool. Just getting into it right now. But there's some rock formations through here. It's just this really small little valley. This road just meets back up to the main road. So I'm just driving through here, taking a small detour. And then I'll show you guys that viewpoint I was talking about. All right, so me and Bodhi took a quick little detour to the Little City of Rocks. So this is it. This is the entrance into it. The front entrance. I believe there's also a back entrance. I thought the dirt road went all the way through and met up to the main road again, but it does not. Pretty cool. Some really cool rock formations in here. So we're gonna go check it out a little bit before we continue. And then I will show you guys the viewpoint looking over one of the valleys here. It's near Sun Valley. I don't think the viewpoint overlooks the Sun Valley, but it's by Sun Valley and it's beautiful. So yeah, I'll show you that when we get there. Little City of Rocks is worth checking out. All right, this is the Camas Prairie. So this viewpoint, it's beautiful. Idaho is, I would say, an underrated state when it comes to the beauty and mountains. So this is Camas Prairie out here. Sun Valley's over there. And then Trinity Mountains over here. And there's a mountain peak. You can't see it from here. Beyond that mountain, there's another peak off in the background. The one off in the distance. That's where I'm headed. That's Trinity Mountain. Just so beautiful and quiet. I think here they have a diagram of all the peaks. So Anderson Ranch Reservoir is where I'll be driving past, and that peak off in the distance is up above Anderson Ranch Reservoir. You got Iron Mountain, which from Trinity Mountain you can see Iron Mountain really well. Boardman Pass, Rough Creek, Smoky Dome, and Soldier Mountain. I guess there's a ski area up there. What a beautiful state. All right, we made it to Anderson Ranch Reservoir. This place is beautiful. This reservoir is massive. There's a lot of cabins around here. We're gonna be going up a road that goes behind the reservoir. And this place is just beautiful. I have one opinion on this place, and that is it's gorgeous. People that have a cabin up here, man, they have it made. It's so beautiful. One of my retirement goals would be to have a cabin up here and to have a boat. This would be the ideal place to bring a boat. It's not as busy as a lake like Bear Lake, and there's some good fishing in here from what I've read. Made it to Featherville. Featherville is just a really small community, mostly cabins, lodges, and a couple of really small stores and like a cafe or restaurant. Featherville is where you turn off onto the dirt road to head up onto Trinity Ridge, which kind of takes you into the Dismal swamp. So that's where we're headed, and we still have about an hour and 20 minutes before we get to Dismal. It's only about 20 miles from here, but because it's a dirt road and it's a little rough, it takes a while to get there. We'll be there shortly. Okay, so we just came up Rocky Bar Road. We're on Rocky Bar Road. It gets pretty rough down here. You definitely need a high clearance vehicle to get past one point, especially. A Subaru with good clearance can make it up here, but anything less than that, you need a high clearance vehicle. So this peak right here, I'm not sure what peak that is, if that's Trinity or if that's another peak. But I believe this is around where the topaz can be found. It's quite the hike. There's a road that goes to the bottom of it right there. So last year I wanted to hike up there and I never did, so I might do that this weekend. That'd be pretty neat. But yeah, you can see a bunch of peaks off in the distance from up here. The vegetation's a lot thicker than it was last year, but there's other peaks and it's over here. Yeah, this vegetation's crazy up here. It was overgrown last year, but it's even more overgrown this year. see if I can't get back here. Make my way back to this rock. Get a good viewpoint back here. There we go. And I'm not sure that there is a peak called Trinity Peak. What is up here is Trinity Lakes. There's 2 lakes, and they're called Trinity Twin Lakes. And they're over in that crevasse right there between those 2 peaks. I just talked to a guy on my way up. I stopped to ask him how the road was coming up here. Make sure there weren't any on the road. He said he made it through this road, but the road going up to Trinity Peaks was too rough. They didn't make it all the way there to the lakes. Not Trinity Peak, to the lakes. Trinity Lakes. That's where they were trying to go. They didn't make it up there. And they said this road is good going down, and Dismal's just off to the side of this road. So I know I can make it to Dismal. I came up here early May. Couldn't make it up. There was still snow packed up here, probably 4 or 5 feet deep. The roads were snowed in. There was a truck stuck in the road ahead of me. So I drove 5 hours up and 5 hours home, all for nothing that day. You really can't get up here until the end of June. Okay, how I was saying that you need a high clearance vehicle to get up here. You should definitely bring a high clearance vehicle up. I had to spot a gentleman. He was in a Subaru, but it was just a regular Subaru car. Had like 5 inches of clearance. I cannot believe he made it this far in that car. When I came up on him, he had a shovel. He was trying to fill in some holes. He cleared it, so it worked. But man, that's amazing. There's one spot I struggle with to clear in my truck. Sometimes a rock will hit my diff or the shield under my motor. And he made it past that. He said he came up that way and he's on his way out. So that amazed me like tremendously. That was amazing. Can't believe he made it up here in a car. So I guess you can do it, but you're gonna beat it up a little bit. He had scraped his front bumper a little bit and bottomed out the bottom of the car. When you do that, you risk putting a hole in your oil pan. And well, you know that once you drain all your oil, you can't really drive without damaging the motor. And so that you risk totaling a vehicle, bringing it up here that's low clearance. So no one wants that. I told him good luck on getting out of here. Man, I cannot believe he made it up here. That was amazing. So that was cool, but still we continue. That guy was really cool though. That guy was pretty cool. I forgot his name already. He introduced himself and I already forgot his name. I thought he said Arthur or Archer. Arthur, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to help him get out of there. He felt bad because he felt like he was wasting my time, but I felt bad for him. I just wanted to make sure that he was able to get through there and get out on his way. It can be rough up here sometimes. You got logs in the road. That was my only worry, are logs in the middle of the road that you can't get around. I actually have some straps so I could pull them out with my truck. I need a chainsaw. It'd be really nice to bring a chainsaw up here and get some firewood. There's a lot of dead trees up here. Yeah, we're above Dismal right now. Dismal is off down here, down this side of the hill. I'm excited. I love this place. I came up here last year for the 4th of July, and tomorrow is the 4th of July. So maybe this is a tradition for me. All right, this is the actual swamp of Dismal. So this is Dismal Swamp. and it is most definitely a swamp. It's not water you want to get in. It is a cesspool. Somebody's little camp spot. Looks like people have been digging right here. Some quartz on the ground, no crystals though. I'm after the crystals. I bet you there is some crystals in that swamp. Like I said though, I would not get in there. Bodhi, no. Don't drink that water. Hi. Alright, well there's a skull of a deer. Huh. Well, the bottom half of the jaw of a deer, of a skull of a deer. Yeah, Bodhi was trying to drink this water. It's water that I don't believe he should be drinking. It is nasty looking. I don't know what kind of algae is in this water. Here's a nice little hole somebody's been digging in. Wonder if they were finding anything. I don't see any signs of quartz, at least not on the surface. So Bodhi, come here. Dismal swamp. All right. Well, it is the next morning. It rained from probably about 4 a.m. 3:30 to 4 a.m. Until 10. This morning I wasn't sure if it was gonna quit raining, so my shoes got soaked. I'm just waiting for my boots to dry all the way since they were the least wet, and they're almost dry. Then I'm gonna put on some socks. I'm wearing my wet shoes right now. Me and Bodhi are gonna go walk around over here. With all this rain, I think we can find some surface finds. So I'll show you guys what we end up finding out here. All right, me and Bodhi have been walking around for I think 2.5 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. I've found a couple of smaller points. I'll show you what I found. I just came up to a spot where I found this. There's a bunch of other pieces now that I can see that I've been standing here a minute. So I might mess around right here. I think I might have a pocket here. Yeah, I'm getting some flat faces here. So I'm getting some formations in the quartz here. So maybe there's a pocket here with some crystals. I'm gonna poke around here for a minute and we'll see what I can find. I'll show you guys what I've found so far. Just a couple of points. Nothing crazy so far. A really small point. It's not broken, it just wasn't that big. Here's another point. It's a little bit larger. And then I just found this one not too far back. This one's a pretty good formation. It's just small. So I'm gonna poke around right here and see what we can find. All right, me and Bodhi, we had to make like a banana and we had to split. There was this rainstorm rolling in, and actually it's a pretty severe thunderstorm. There's been about 3 or 4 really close lightning strikes within 2 miles, and it is loud. So we're hunkering down in the tent. We probably should have gotten the truck with the lightning. There wasn't lightning at first though. So we're gonna wait out the storm, and then I'm hoping to cook some dinner. If not, I got my cooler right outside my door, so I'll just make a sandwich if it doesn't stop raining. I won't be able to use the little stove. I was gonna make hamburgers for dinner. So we're just in here. Oh, and I was gonna ask, does an air mattress make you any more safe from a lightning strike than if you were directly on the ground, being on an air mattress? Let me know down in the comments if you know, or if you have some insight on that. The rainstorm finally passed over us, so me and Bodhi got out. The fire was still going. I just barely started the fire right before the rain started, and it was still going after the rain, so that was cool. So I got the hamburgers made. The cheese is just finishing melting. As soon as the cheese is finished melting, eat them up. So I'm glad the rain went away. Now we gotta eat dinner. Might go look around a little bit before bed. Got a couple hours of daylight left, but I want to leave early in the morning and get out of here. Haven't found much, and I don't really think I'll find much else, but we'll see. I have a few hours to go look around again. All right. Well, we walked around a little bit more last night before the sun went down. I wasn't finding any crystal points. What I did find, a bunch of quartz rock on top of the ground. No points though. We just didn't get lucky. The few points I did find yesterday, earlier on in the day, just did not get lucky. Did not find a pocket. Dug around where I found those points. Looked very carefully around the areas where I found those few points. Did a little test digs. Didn't bring up any other points. So not too lucky this time. When we get home, I'll just do a quick overview of what we found. And it's literally like 3 tiny, well, not tiny, 3 small quartz points. So we found something, but we didn't find a honey hole. So, and then in that pocket that I wanted to check out, I mentioned it on my way up, I didn't have extension cords long enough to reach that pocket opening. I did dig around with a smaller shovel in that pocket, just couldn't get a bigger shovel in there. I wasn't finding any signs of points in there, so it looks just to be a void without crystals in it. So yeah, we didn't find a lot, but it was a fun adventure. And it's just beautiful up here, so it was nice getting out. So me and Bodhi boy, we're about to hit the road and get on out. All right, so me and Bodhi, we're back from Dismal swamp up there in Idaho. I got the few rocks that I found all cleaned up. I'll show you guys. It rained most of the time on Saturday, so didn't quite get too much time to look around. That storm rolled in the afternoon and kind of rained me out for the afternoon. But we did find a couple of crystals before that storm rolled in. Pretty neat. I believe I was getting into a pocket, and then me and Bodhi had to make a break for camp because of the thunder and lightning. And that lightning was crazy, as you could tell. And then I just wanted to show you previous finds I've from Dismal. These are from 2 separate trips to Dismal Swamp, to that area. So I have found some crystals up there. A nice little double terminated. Fun fact, I actually lost all of these crystals right here. And found them. Well, Baker found them on another trip up there. My friend. He found my little satchel they were in on another trip up there. So they were lost and then recovered, these ones. And then I think these are from my first trip there. Just chunks of quartz, really no points. So yeah, there's definitely crystals there. My friends have found bigger crystals there than I have. They were more lucky than I was when I showed them Dismal Swamp. There's a couple of videos on YouTube of Dismal Swamp where people have found some really nice points there. So it's a really cool area, fun place to go. And it was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching this if you're joining in. And as always, thanks for adventuring with Jaren.